Game over.
Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to Movie Deathmatch Beatdown, where I talk about movies while playing video games. Today we're playing Halo 4 Team Slayer, and we're going to talk about Inherent Vice, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And full disclosure, I have not seen every Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I've seen Boogie Nights, but that was a long time ago, and I've seen like part of Magnolia and some other stuff here and there, but cinephile that I am, have to say that I haven't seen enough Paul Thomas Anderson. So this is coming from a not as informed opinion of the director, who I know is very talented, and I appreciate the stuff that he has done for cinema, because he's really good. But Inherent Vice is an interesting movie, I shall say. It's really well made. It's got some fantastic filmmaking in it, which I'll talk about in a little more detail. But I still don't know what I just watched. And I say just, it's been a week or so, and I'm still trying to mull it over. It's a film that you really have to breathe in. It's a movie you have to think about, if you even need to think about it, because part of it's not really the point to try and comprehend what's going on. I can't really describe the plot for a completely different reason to Jupiter Ascending, which I reviewed earlier. Well, the previous game to this, because I'm bulk recording a couple episodes of stuff. And yeah, I can describe it as a stoner film noir, which is a combination of genres that I appreciate. I love the film noir, and I have a soft spot for the stoner movie. And it's a nice throwback to the 70s and the 60s, and how films in those days were made, and what those themes and stuff were about. It's like, I don't know, I was going to say it's like a non-fun Tarantino movie. This film is actually really fun. It's actually got some of the best humour I've seen in a while. And not just like straight joke telling, but like physical comedy and just filmmaking in general. Really impressive. But if you want to ask me to like try and comprehend the plot and what's going on and what's everyone doing, that's why I have some issues with it. And I'll say it right now, I wasn't in love with this movie. It just didn't click with me. Maybe I need to try to read some Thomas Pynchon, who wrote this book that the film's based on. This is like the first ever adaptation of one of his works. And yeah, they're notorious to be not as accessible as they could be. Well, I don't think they're trying to really be accessible. They're just trying to be pieces this guy wants to write. By the way, nice little no scope there from myself. But I don't know, it just didn't agree with me, I guess. But yeah, I love everything else about it, which is what, it doesn't save the film. What was on that? It's just a really great film that I didn't get, and I will raise my hands up in the air and say, yes, I maybe not be smart enough. There we go. My broken English there basically says it all. That maybe this film isn't quite for me, or if I'm just not of the right frame of mind or experience or taste to truly get what Inherent Vice is about and why it's so brilliant. But I still think it's a nice piece of filmmaking. And that's down to like loads of different things. Maybe it's the tone that Thomas Anderson's gone for. Maybe it's the cast, which is fantastic. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, like movies like Her and this of late just show that this guy is a really talented actor who can do humour and he can do like proper serious stuff. And yeah, he's just really fine and great at stuff. And I can't wait to see one of the movies he does next, because I've been slacking on his filmography. It's more the more recent stuff I've been watching. And yeah, it's great. I enjoy it all. And then, but I don't know, I think Josh Brolin might be like, I wouldn't say this year's scene stealer, but like in the last few months he is probably like scene stealer of January, February, or this quarter of the year. Because, well, I can't really say that because Big Eyes came out recently and Christoph Waltz is scene stealer. That should be the name of one of his movies, of one of my bad ideas. Christoph Waltz is scene stealer. Because he steals every scene that he's in. But Josh Brolin, here, never knew that guy could be as funny as he is here. Because when I see Josh Brolin, he's got that very serious jaw. He's got that tone of voice about him. Yeah, I just don't really consider him to be a funny guy. I'm probably forgetting a bunch of roles that he's done. But this is fantastic for him. Like, the imagery and the jokes that he makes and the things he says are hilarious and very memorable and is a highlight of every scene that he's in. And then Joaquin Phoenix is there to, oddly, despite the fact that he's like a stoner, drug addict person who does anything and everything, he plays the straight man to Josh Brolin in this film, and just that alone shows that this film is wacky and kooky in the best of ways. And yeah, I don't know why I can't give it a perfect score. It's just because I don't get it. Maybe if I got it, then it will be a bit more perfect. Some of my problems were like, I guess it was in the screen I was in. A lot of the dialogue, not incomprehensible, but not as clear as it could have been. But that's probably like the sound system in the screen I was in. If I get it on Blu-ray, I'll watch it with subtitles, and I think that might make me appreciate it a bit more. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, there's a lot of long dialogue sequences, which are fine. Like, it's solid, but there's like a lot of names and a lot of details and stuff that are dropped where either I've forgotten someone or I'm not paying enough attention, but it was a bit hard to follow in some ways. But I don't know if that's probably more my fault than the actual film's fault. Who knows, the source material is supposed to be like that anyway. So, as I will keep repeating this review, I just didn't get it. But if I did get it, yes, this would probably be like 4.5, 5 stars. On my Letterboxd account, I gave it 3.5, but that's just because I don't know what I had watched when I put that rating up, and I still don't know what to rate it now, as however passionate I've gotten, because it's truly really fantastically made. The soundtrack is full of like great choices. Like, it's full of, well, my music knowledge is very lacking, but I'm gonna say like 70s music of the era at least. None of this anachronistic Tarantino sort of ideas behind the soundtrack. But yeah, soundtrack is brilliant. And then, oh, reload. No, he's dead anyway. Cool, sniper rifle. But then you've got what I would call like subtle one-shots, and for some reason a lot of them seem to gravitate around Owen Wilson, who is in this and who is an actor that I actually truly appreciate. I like him more than Luke Wilson, but both are great, especially in Wes Anderson movies. But he shows up in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie and is brilliant in, I guess it's like where he comes into the whole bigger picture, and he's like a constant character that shows up here and there in the strangest of places, and that it just seems to be getting in a habit with getting in conversations with Joaquin Phoenix here, and you'll probably won't realise it until like a couple minutes in to each conversation, but you're like, wait, this is all in one shot. And that's like the beauty of Paul Thomas Anderson's filmmaking in this film, because it's the subtle one shot. It's like the complete opposite to a Birdman or anything done by Alfonso Cuarón, where it was actively pointing at you to realise, hey guys, look at this is all done in one shot. Whereas you watch Inherent Vice and you're like, whoa, this is one shot, and it's just all because the camera is invisible and we just get lost in the characters and their dialogue and their back and forth, and you're just watching two people. It's very much like a play in that sense. And I guess Birdman might have been a bit better if it did the same, because Birdman is very much theatrical and play-like, and it probably would have been even more effective if it didn't have all the fanciness to it and it just had the subtlety of Inherent Vice, which is saying something, because there's a lot of not subtlety. Sorry, I blanked on the word that I wanted right then. Nope. Why can't we get this guy? Wow. And there's an entire team over there. Wow, that was weird. Yeah, and it's just wonderful filmmaking. And I guess that's what I take the most from Inherent Vice, and that's why I hold it so highly. It's very wonderfully put together. It's a masterclass of cinema in some respects, and it's definitely great for Joaquin Phoenix. I'm sorry if that's not how you actually pronounce his name. That's what I've gotten used to calling him. Oh no, I shot myself. Oh, no. And yeah, it's just the story, I think. That's the only thing that brings it down in my eyes, and if I truly got it, if that was the point, or maybe I'm just missing the point of it not even being about that, but my heavily structured mind that is used to narrative cinema and things going to A to B to C to D to E to F to all that, I guess that's what messes with my appreciation of Inherent Vice. And it's because I am a stickler for change. I don't appreciate it as much as I could, and if I was more welcome to it, I probably would have liked this film even more than what I did. But yeah, that's Inherent Vice. I've recently been doing really bad at Halo, and I'm sorry for the visual performance. And yeah, my mind's been modelled by all these movies that are either really good but don't have like a cohesive plot, or plots that are so far-fetched and stupid and silly yet are original and sort of hold my attention. It's been an odd week for cinema where I could have given this film like 5 stars, but my old school mind just won't let me fall in love with Inherent Vice and why it should be appreciated like people who know what they're talking about have appreciated. And Jupiter Ascending, as I said in my previous review, don't know if there's going to be a delay between the 2 uploads. But yeah, Jupiter Ascending I had problems with, and yeah, it's strange how 2 movies of plots which both I can't really describe because I either don't know what went on or know what went on, but it's a bit too much to try and start talking about it. Jupiter Ascending and Inherent Vice sort of have that in common, but one of those movies is, I wouldn't say a masterpiece, but is very competently done, and the other one is Jupiter Ascending. But I would recommend Inherent Vice if you've still got it in your cinema. I should have uploaded this really like a week before, but as I said, had to think about it. And is that the power of cinema? Is that just my intelligence like not being there for a while. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, boom. Nope. Can I get another one? No. But yeah. So Inherent Vice, it's a really, really good movie if you have the patience and if you have an open enough mind. I don't know, watch it drunk, watch it stoned, watch it sober. I don't know which one of those would make it a little bit more understandable. Maybe if you read the book, maybe if you haven't. Who knows? All I know is that it is a fantastic piece of filmmaking. Not Oscar worthy, and probably not Paul Thomas Anderson's best, but it's definitely really funny and just really smartly done. An example of how to truly do one-take stuff. Because as much as I love Charon, and as much as I love Birdman and all that stuff, give me more of that subtlety in Inherent Vice, and funnily enough, give me more of it in sitcoms like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But that's a discussion point for another time. For now, this has been Movie Deathmatch Beatdown. I've been doing really bad at Halo. My name is Chris. This is the end of yet another modelled episode.